Hey educators, are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you absolutely overwhelmed with the number of diet possibilities out there that you have tried and then given up after a few weeks, or days, or hours? Are you completely aware of the need to change but feel wholly at a loss for where to start in the midst of your crazy busy life? My name is Bex of Bex Wellness, and I am a habit hacks coach, and more specifically, a healthy habit hacks coach. And I am passionate about empowering teachers to move from overwhelmed to action when it comes to their nutrition, because action brings clarity. Clarity then produces long-lasting results. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is potential power. Knowing how is not the same as executing. And this quote by Tony Robbins strikes a chord in me, as I'm sure it does you, the educator. I know, I'm naysaying all the school posters that I grew up seeing in classrooms and hallways. Let's apply this to nutrition. You probably know almost every diet or style of eating out there. You might not know all of the details, but you've heard about a lot of them, and perhaps you've tried quite a few. If you tried and then you stopped, why did you stop? I would like to propose that you stopped because your actions brought you clarity. You realized that diet would not serve you and your unique life. And this is why I have created my Healthy Habit Hacks, taking you from overwhelmed to action coaching program in order to empower you to break down your overwhelm and turn it into actionable steps using tools that I like to call habit hacks. Let me drop another powerful thought into your mind. Self-motivation thrives on the belief that you wield the power to control your surroundings. If you doubt your ability to change, guess what? You won't. It's a tough reality that many people, even those yearning for change, grapple with, the belief that they can't. Picture it this way. You're a product of your environment, and there are triggers and systems strategically placed to make you react. Think about McDonald's. That iconic red and yellow sign triggering thoughts of warm, crispy fries, or the TV flashing a juicy burger. These are prompts deliberately designed by McDonald's to entice you to buy their products. But it doesn't stop there. They've gone the extra mile. They've taken it a step further, making it ridiculously convenient. Restaurants in every corner, home delivery, wallet-friendly deals, and ready-made meal combos. It's all a science honed to perfection. They're tapping into the very essence of human behavior, our need to eat. Hold up, I'm not here to vilify McDonald's. They have made great strides in offering healthier options and smaller portions, so a McDonald's trip can coexist with a healthy lifestyle. My point is to illustrate how the psychology of human behavior can be manipulated. Now, here's the punchline. If you can't flip the script and harness this knowledge to regain control over your life, your environment, and your habits, then I can't help you. As a coach, I can empower you to reshape your environment for healthy habits, set up effective triggers or prompts for a healthy habit, and steer you towards your why in an evidence-based way. But I can't rewrite your mindset. I can talk till I'm blue in the face about your potential, but unless you believe it, my hands are tied. As an educator, you are no stranger to the art of behavior change. And in fact, you are a behavior design expert. You understand the power of manipulating certain factors to bring about the desired response, whether it's from your students, their parents, or fellow educators. However, getting this response hinges on three critical factors. First, motivation. Does the individual truly want to make the change? If not, they're vulnerable to excuses. I'm tired, it's hard, I lack the resources, you name it. This is the initial hurdle you tackle as a passionate teacher. You seek to ignite that desire to educate and inspire, but you know that you have no actual control over this factor. Motivation has to come from the student or the parent or the other educator. But that brings us to the second critical factor of behavior design, the ability chain. Can they actually do it? As an educator, this is a huge part of your job. You're always looking for ways to create a supportive environment for the behavior that you seek. You create tools and resources to support those around you. And maybe the individual is motivated but encounters huge barriers that make for an unsupportive environment. In such cases, you identify these constraints and adapt your approach to bring about success. And third, as an educator, you are most likely, there are exceptions of course, extremely intentional in your delivery. Why? Well, probably because you are priming your subjects for what to expect. You have created triggers or prompts so that they act or react in a specific way. So let's just give an obvious example. When I was in school, I had to raise my hand to ask a question. I'm pretty sure that still happens in most places. But a raised hand was a prompt for the teacher to ask, "Yes, Bex, do you have a question?" And that in turn would trigger my question. Unless we are prompted to act, no matter how subtle the prompt is, we will not. Triggers are essential. In your role as an educator, you're immersed in the world of behavior design daily. You understand that motivation, ability, and triggers all play vital roles in shaping behavior. Now here's the twist. As a healthy habit hacks coach, I empower you to harness that same passion for behavior design in your own life. It's about taking the reins of your health aspirations instead of ceding control to your environment. By anchoring your why and dissecting the ability chain to uncover what's holding you back, you arm yourself for successful behavior change. And this puts the control firmly in your hands for both your daily habits and thus the trajectory of your life. So who am I and why am I so passionate about this stuff? And why do I focus on educators specifically? So I grew up in Midwest America to an incredibly loving family. Honestly, they set the gold standard when it comes to a supportive environment. And though my mom was kind of clued into nutrition, there were some environmental influences that made it difficult to support a truly healthy lifestyle. I ended up being overweight as a teenager, even though I was an athlete, and I was overweight all the way through university, until I studied abroad in Cape Town, South Africa. You see, up until that point, I had always blamed my larger size on my genetics. I hated it, don't get me wrong. I had huge body image issues and still battle them to this day, but I also felt like I had no true control. After coming home from South Africa, I developed major food sensitivities that included intense GI issues, rashes, etc. It's hard to think about it. My undergraduate degree is in biomedical sciences, so I became more and more interested in nutrition and how that was impacting my symptoms. I was trying elimination diets like gluten-free, dairy-free, food-free, etc. And they were helping. Just kidding, I wasn't food-free. My weight was dropping, of course, but I would have done any crazy type of diet out there just to feel better, to feel normal again. So I went on to get my master's degree in nutrition, intending on becoming a doctor that focused on lifestyle prevention instead of just doling out pills. Side note, I'm not anti-medication. I truly believe all pills have a time and a place when it comes to your health. The idea of being a traditional dietitian was not appealing to me at all because I had already seen how much work goes into a diet plan and how few people actually follow it. Little did I know then that I was way more interested in the behavior change principles of nutrition. But life happened, aka I met a boy, but it didn't work out, and I ended up getting a job as an international flight attendant in Dubai. I wanted to see the world, the whole world, not just Paris, and so I decided that that was a great way to do it. It was an amazing 7 years, and by then my gut had mostly healed, so I started exploring new foods. The interesting thing about the flight attendant life is that the schedule is literally all over the place. So habits are essential to maintain a healthy life. So because I wasn't on a restrictive diet anymore, my weight fluctuated. I realized that I had to create eating principles, not rigid rules, to maintain my ideal healthy body weight while still enjoying my life. This realization was only supported by the fact that once the other cabin crew found out I was a nutritionist, they would ask me what they should eat. And over time, this question became more and more frustrating for me because you know what you should eat. I truly believe that you just do. Even if you're living under a rock, your DNA knows what will best support it for life. But you do not execute, you do not act. Knowledge is potential power, and only when it is put into action can you accomplish what you want to achieve. While I was working as cabin crew, I was asked to help a man recover from a heart attack. You see, he wanted to change, he just had trouble getting over the barriers that enabled him to change. And so he implemented powerful tools to support lifelong healthy habits, habit hacks that he still uses to this day. So I've gone on to help many others establish healthy habits in their lives through small changes that are tailored to their unique life. Now, there is a phrase that I like that says, your vibe attracts your tribe. And the majority of my favorite people in the world throughout my entire lifespan are educators. Educators are givers. They are nurturers and have the biggest hearts. But that often means that they give and give until they burn themselves out. Can you relate to that? And then you can't give to yourself. As educators, you understand the power and importance of effective behavior design, so you can recognize the value that this has when it's applied to your eating choices. As educators, I'm pretty sure that you're naturally skeptical of quick fixes and results because you know that behavior change, true behavior change, takes time, and it's not easy. And that's why I want to help you reach your why, your aspiration, in a truly long-lasting, sustainable way. If this resonates with you, please let me know. I'd really love to talk to you about my Healthy Habit Hacks, taking you from overwhelm to action program to bring about long-lasting, healthy habits in your life. Now, if you're craving an action step to crank up your self-motivation and boost your self-trust, here's a challenge. The next time you pass that McDonald's, don't pull in. And if you pass by those golden arches and then you say, actually, I really do want McDonald's, that's fine. Visit the next one down the road. But that small choice to reclaim control helps you to regain some of your power, fuels that self-motivation, and shows that you are in command. If you want the advanced version, or should I say the honors course, maybe even take a bite of that apple from your lunch bag while you eye the golden arches. So thank you so much for listening, and I'm looking forward to geeking out with you even more when it comes to building healthy habits the right way. Feel free to let me know what you're thinking in the comments, and hit subscribe if you like what you're hearing and seeing and would like more. All the best.